Hello YouTube, it's Rob, Maxwells Grass Cutting Services based in the northeast of England. I hope everybody's well and having a great day. Today's job, I'm going to try and tame this jungle using the Oregon Mulching Blade. First of all, picking a little bit of litter up there, but I'll discuss that later. The Oregon Mulching Blade, it's been covered widely on YouTube, and the first time I ever saw it used was over 3 years ago. The first YouTuber ever to discover this fantastic little bit of kit, and it was a guy called Calvin Thomas. And Calvin's a Welsh chap. He has his own farm and he used to do regular videos. He doesn't anymore, but I saw him many years ago using this, and I thought I must get one. And then after that, it's been covered extensively on YouTube by other YouTubers after watching Calvin, and now it's my turn to jump on the bandwagon. So this job here, it's one of my regular fortnightly commercial customers. It's like a block of apartments, but this bit of land, it's never used and sort of never touched. And you know, we all know that purses are tight. You know, budgets are tight, especially you know, in the current crisis we're living in. So when I priced the job, I was told to not count this in the original quote, and I've been coming here for years. And then in the summer, the lady who runs the management company for the block of apartments said, "Rob, would you be able to have a tackle of that? It looks a bit of an eyesore." So I said I could, but it'll have to be put off for the winter. And here I am doing it now. Now the process which we sort of come to an agreement on is I come every fortnight during the gardening season, then monthly during the winter, and I'm here for about 4 hours for a fixed fee. It's not an hourly rate, it's a fixed fee, and I'm here 4 hours, sometimes longer, sometimes not so long. And I said, look, I'll do as much as I can during a visit, but I would anticipate it's a good couple of visits, and we'll see how we get on. That was agreed, and then so I was going to do it before Christmas, but the weather was horrific. January the weather didn't improve, but we've had a nice February, so I thought I would give it a bash. Now the tool I'm using today isn't the tool I was going to use. I was going to use my strimmer, the FS70 RC, but that went in for service, so I used my other tool. Is the Combi Engine KM 94 RC, and I've got to be honest, I was a bit worried that the machines wouldn't be big enough to manage the mulching blade, because I've not seen anywhere on YouTube people using the KM 94 or the FS70. They use the slightly higher, more commercial type ones, and I don't know what they are, but I'm sure KM 134, 131 rings a bell. I'm sure I'm wrong, but please comment and let me know what the exact machine is. So I gave it a try, and I've got to say it works a treat. A little tip: get it spinning fast before you engage it onto the brambles, and it rips through it like a knife through butter. It is absolutely amazing, as you can see here on the video. But one thing I will say is this bank is steeper than the camera gives it sort of credit. It looks like it's just a slight incline. Let me tell you, where the line is, where I'm working to there, if you went up there you could fall down, and it'd be like falling off a cliff. It certainly would. It's a beast. And the GoPro camera I'm using today, it sort of makes the area look quite small, but it's not when you're there, trust me. It's a large old area, and this job comes in sort of two parts. A, it's the knocking the brambles down with the mulching blade. Then B, it's the tidying up, and the tidying up takes twice as long. It's backbreaking. However, we do have gravity on the side, which is helping, because all the debris falling down the hill, which makes it a little bit easier, but it's still hard graft. And towards the end of the video, I don't quite finish what I'm doing today. I get a little bit higher, probably just up in line with the wall on the right hand side, and then I managed to clean it all up. But 10 sort of full bags of ton bag dumpy bags were removed from this site, and when I say full, I mean, as full as they could be, where you can lift them. You know what I mean? Any fuller, and I wouldn't have been able to lift them into the, to the back of the van. It creates an awful amount of waste, and I just didn't want to leave it on the bank, because what the plan going forward is, we'll try and get a bit of grass growing on this bank, and then I'll trim it regularly, trying to make it look a little bit nicer than it is. But that's something for the future, and we'll see how we get on. So you can just mulch it and leave it and let it rot down. I thought that if I scraped it all up with the Fiskar leaf rake and the Darlac leaf grabbers, if you haven't got the Darlac leaf grabbers in your armoury, in your gardener, you need your head looking at. You need to get a pair. It's the best 20 quid I ever spent. They're amazing bits of kit. And I've had about 100 messages from people who have said they've bought them on my behalf. They're watching the video. But I can't take the credit. It was Jim from Northern Ireland who gave me the tip. Hello, Jim, if you still watch the channel. But I thought Darlac would have sent me and you a couple of pair, Jim, but they haven't. But there you go. And this is another bit of a mess. This is where all the leaves sort of get blown into. So I thought, you know what, I'll clean it up. But before I do that, I've got my favourite tool. It's the the litter picker. Now, I was out with my dog a few months ago on the Derwent Walk. Any Geordies will know where the Derwent Walk is. And there was a load of sort of volunteers picking up litter. And I stopped and had a little chat, and they told me that they do it just to try and keep the area sort of nice and clean and environmentally friendly. And I was amazed at the litter. I've been breaking my back trying to get under shrubs, etc. And I thought this would come in dead handy. So I went and bought one. And I take it on a few of my jobs where I have to pick up a little bit of litter, especially on one of my commercial sites, because the garden shadows a main road and people just throw litter over, don't they? So it comes in really handy, and I have a smile on my face every time I use it. So if you haven't got a litter picker, get one in your armoury. They cost about a tenner from Amazon, and brilliant little bits of kit. It's all about making the job easier, isn't it? But talking about easy, this bad boy, the Darlac leaf grabber, what a bit of kit that is. But you know me, I've harped on enough about that over the years, but I absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant. It's saved my back no end. So I've had a bit of lunch, and I'm coming back for round 2. So as you can see, I'm up sort of about, I would say about 50% to the back fence. And I've been at it 3 hours. So I've had a bit of lunch, and I'm gonna crack on again and see if I can get all the way up to where the wall on the right hand side comes across. And the problem being it's a bit slippy underfoot now, and it is really, really steep. So you've got to be careful. And what I did do while I was having a sandwich is I went and checked the mulching blade screw. It's dead easy to fit, a baby could do it. But I did find it needed a little bit of a tight up, a bit of a pinch up. So there's another tip. Every hour or so, stop and just check the screw underneath, make sure it's nice and tight, because if that came off, it would do some damage. But I'm not criticising the mulching blade. I think it's brilliant, but we all need to be a little bit safety conscious, don't we? So what I'm doing now is just coming along, getting it all sorted, getting as high as I can, and just doing as much as I can in the time that I've got allocated to it. I've got to be honest, my old legs are getting a bit tired here, and so I'm just taking my time. I don't want any accidents, any bloody cuts or bumps or anything. Just take me time, having a little breather now and again, and getting through as best I can. And you'll see in a minute or two that I get to a canny bit, and it looks a lot better than it did. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you before and after pictures of this. And then we'll have a bit of a chat in the van, and I'll tell you what I think and what I thought about the day. But the after pictures, I must say sorry and apologise. My GoPro camera ran out of battery. They're a bit of a pain. They don't last long, the batteries, when you're filming like this for hours. You just leave it on. They do run out quickly, but that's life. So I had to use my iPhone, and the iPhone camera, it's not as good, especially when you're recording. The depth of field isn't that great. So I apologise. It's not. Oh, 1, 2. He's up at 2. I apologise that it's not as good a quality as the GoPro. But coming to an end now. Thanks very much for watching. In summary, the mulching blade, the Oregon Mulching Blade, is a brilliant bit of kit. I can't believe it's only 10 quid. You buy it off Amazon, you get all the fittings. It's a piece of cake to fit. It works a treat with a strimmer, the Stihl FS70RC, and it also works with a KM94RC combi tool. If you haven't got a combi tool in your arsenal, you've got to get one. They save a fortune. I know gardeners who use the combi tool and they have nothing else. They don't have a strimmer. They have the strimmer attachment, they have the leaf blower attachment, they have the long reach hedge trimmer attachment, and the list goes on. And it is a brilliant bit of kit. I love Stihl. Still haven't gone for the batteries yet, but you know, you never know. Mid-season, you might see Rob with a bit of a battery equipment on his van. We'll see. It's just so expensive, and you can't get a hold of it at the minute, can you? But fingers crossed, when there's a few quid in the bank, I might go and battery. Might go and treat myself. I'll not tell all lass. I'm just going out and buy it and stick it in the garage, because that's what we do as gardeners, don't we? We don't have to tell the wife. But I'm coming to the end now. You'll see the before and after photographs, and then we'll have a quick chat in the van. Thanks very much if you've got this far. I appreciate it. Always appreciate the support on the channel. And I say thank you to everybody who makes comments and likes. And I'll see you on the next one, all right? So this is the after photograph where it's all cleaned up and tidied. And I think you'll agree it looks a lot nicer than it did. Again, I'm using my iPhone. The depth of field isn't brilliant. But it looks nice and clean. And the next visit, I'll get onto it and I'll finish it all the way to the top, all the way to the left. I'll get the hedge trimmer on that ivy, and I'm sure it'll look lovely. Hello, that's me done. And it was harder than I anticipated. We're just about to lose the light. It's nearly 6 o'clock. So I'm going to go home, unload the van, and enjoy a nice glass of red wine. I underestimated the steep of the bank, you know, how steep it was, the sort of angle it was at. That's a 4-hour visit. I'll get another 4-hour visit done sometime before the season or during the season and get it finished off. But that Oregon Mulching Blade, oh, it's a beast. Absolute beast. Does exactly what it says on the tip. And for 10 quid, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer. Really enjoyed using it. Hard work though, hard work. Anyway, that's me for today. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, when the green gold's growing, keep mowing. All the best.